Good afternoon, my name is Trans9S, aka Trenton. I'm bringing you another video on homeless, discovering the streets. Man, I am excited and ready to go. Listen, last video I promised I'd keep it under 5-10 minutes. This one, I'm going to keep my promise. So, what to do when you're on the streets? You're homeless. Not quite. You're not actually homeless yet. You're just transient, or you just end up on the streets. And what I mean by that is, my definition of homeless is if you've exhausted all resources and you still aren't able to find housing, stable housing, and it's been 30 days. Yep. Some kids run away. They get found by the police after 2-3 days or whatnot, and they're back on the streets. That doesn't mean they're homeless. They just ran away because they were rebellious or whatever. So, I have this categorized, I have little notes or whatnot. Under 18 to 24, and over 24. Although I didn't put a lot of notes on 24, because if you're older than 24 and you end up on the streets, it's a little bit more difficult, and I'm only 20. So, anyway, if you're under 18, the first thing you should do is don't panic. You really don't want to panic. It's not that bad. Your situation is not bad yet. You should seek adult help from your close friends or whatnot. Depending on your situation is, and that's a huge part of this, is all in your situation. Let's say, you're in an abusive situation or whatnot. You should definitely seek adult help from one of your friends or relatives or whatnot. They might be able to help calm the situation down and, get that stable environment going again. Or maybe you might be able to stay over there. But sometimes that might not work. You might not have relatives around you, or your relatives really aren't helpful at all. So, or maybe you unfortunately don't have a lot of friends. So the next step is to find a local organization that houses runaways or homeless youth. And this is a very, very crucial fact. You don't want to just jump to the CPS just yet, because they might send you somewhere you don't want to go. I know there must be churches, something out there or a group that, does this, and these are potential groups, because you could stay there, you would work with CPS and your family or whatnot, and then their goal is to help you get back into your house or whatnot. And if you are in an abusive situation, the government or law enforcement would help deal with that or whatnot. If you're being abused, obviously, depending on what that situation is, if you're really being abused, then they need to your guardians need to be handled. But if it's just, you being rebellious and they're disciplining you, then, well, that's a different story. Anyway, number 3, seek help from government such as DSHS and CPS. So, the reason why I say this is kind of like last resort, because I've sought help from CPS, and they weren't very helpful. They just threw me in a group home. Afterwards, they were just kind of like, well, you're going to go stay with your grandma. And I was like, no, don't do that. Let's not do that. And they did it anyway. And afterwards, I ended up on the streets. So I told them from the get-go, that wasn't a good idea. Anyway, number 4, Craigslist. And I love this. I love this one because it's awesome. Craigslist is such a unique tool to use when you end up on the streets or you are homeless. There are rooms for rent that you could rent daily or on a weekly basis, and usually they're pretty cheap. But if you're under 18, you most likely don't have a lot of money, so definitely this would be like the last resort if you do happen to have money, or maybe you might be able to borrow money from a friend or relatives, whatnot. If they don't want to, house you or have to deal with you. So, and this is key because when you're when you end up on the streets, your goal is to get rehoused ASAP, as soon as possible. Your main idea is, oh, gotta find a place to stay. It's gonna be cold, or it's gonna be blazing hot, or depending on what state you're in. I know you're Alabama, it has a tendency of being just hot all day long, no matter how long, or what time of day it is just hot. But your goal is to be rehoused ASAP, and you having this, if you have money, having this tool where you're able to, have a place to stay instead of sleeping at a shelter or sleeping on the streets, will help calm you down, and just help you be able to think. If you're in a drug situation, this is also one of the times when you should probably seek help from an organization that helps with that, because you might have that drug addiction, and that drug addiction can be pretty bad. So all this is going to tie into those who are over 18 and under 24. So if you're over 18 and under 24, you should repeat those same steps, except unfortunately you can't ask help from CPS, because, well, they're not going to help you. You're over 18, and I guess it depends on what state. From what I remember or recall, some states don't consider you an adult until you're like 21 or 24 or something like that. Maybe that might be like one out of all 50 states, but your goal to go to DSHS would be to request food stamps, because you're over 18 and you can get food stamps. And food stamps are like the number one lifesaver. Although, in another video I would like to do is that, food stamps, you can only get junk food. It sucks, but food is food. And it keeps your stomach full. So, although you gain a lot of weight, unfortunately. And so that's definitely the one thing that you really, really need, because you don't want to spend physical money on food. You don't want to do that. That's no. Next step, colleges. Colleges are so freaking awesome, and if you're actually homeless or been homeless for a long period of time, they will shell out, some colleges will shell out some money just to get you temporary housing, so that you can continue to study and benefit from being in their program and whatnot. Some might even offer some grants or maybe loans, depending on your situation or whatnot, to help you get housing or rehoused again. Some colleges actually have programs that deal with homeless students. Tacoma Community College just started a program with the Tacoma Housing Authority to rehouse homeless students, although unfortunately the Tacoma Housing Authority has like a wait list of like 7-10 years, but maybe they're just saying that to not let anybody get in, or scare people off. The next thing is, Craigslist is your friend. It is. It really is. It's benefited me in some ways, some others. Yeah, it's a waste of time, and some I've had stuff. I almost got robbed once, but not like, I wasn't like, not like gunpoint, but I gave the guy some money to buy something that I really needed. I forget what it was, and then he tried to walk into the bathroom of the McDonald's, and when I wasn't paying attention, he snuck out of the bathroom and walked out the door and tried to run off with my money, but I caught him. And thankfully, there was a police officer driving by, so that really convinced him. The fourth step is very crucial to any survival guide. Your urban survival. That's going to be the name of the TV show I'm going to have about this. Your mouth is your friend. It's your friend. It says feed me. It says money. It says a lot of things. But how you control the words that come out of your mouth to other people can help benefit you in so many different ways. It's freaking unbelievable. Basically, yeah, your mouth is your bread maker, and I want to get another video on that as well. So, but networking is the number one step to getting off out of homelessness. Being able to talk to people in a manner that says, "Oh man, this guy, he's kind of cool. He may be on the streets, but I'm gonna give him a job. He talks good. Let's see how he acts. If he acts good, all that good stuff." But if you're over 24 and you end up on the streets, I'm gonna make a few assumptions. One, you have a car. If you don't have a car, it makes it a little bit difficult. But two, you have a job, or you had a job, and you have a pretty decent amount of money. If this isn't the case, that also makes it a little bit more difficult. I'm also going to assume that you have kids. Well, I wouldn't be surprised if anyone over 18 or even under 18 has kids. But in this age room, it's just more common to say you have kids. If you do have kids, I hate to say it, but it's sort of like a benefit to you when you're on the streets. If you happen to have kids, organizations or even government will freaking throw a monkey fit to help get you off the streets. So you're like one of the number one group of people who they're going to help first. Females are also one of the things that I suppose to prevent prostitution and or sexual assault. Females are also one of the top ones that they want to get off the streets before any single male. So if you're a single guy and you end up on the streets, yeah, you should stay tuned and watch my other videos so you can survive on the streets. Anyway, Trons 9S. Oh, wait, before I let you go, you definitely got to know about Bitcoin. Bitcoin is going to save the homeless. And my guy, J. Ryan Conley, he has his own YouTube channel. Last time I said I would get the link to his channel, but you definitely want to check this guy out. He's blowing up YouTube right now with just Bitcoin. Bitcoin is going to save homeless. I did a video with him. It's in the description of my last YouTube video. Maybe I'll post it again depending on the character. Never mind. And then Bitclub Network has also saved my life. I'm making money mining Bitcoin through Bitclub Network. I don't have to do nothing, except I can do more to make even more money by bringing other people on, and that's the cool part. And that's one of the strategies I'm going to talk about when in another video on making money when you're actually homeless. So thank you so much. Trons 9S signing out, aka Trenton, however you want to call me. Leave a comment below. I really want to hear what you guys think about this. And more videos to come. Thanks.